we as Kosovo, having been in a similar position many years ago, feel the pain of these people. We understand that they are looking for safe haven just because they must. No one leaves their home because they want to. They are leaving because of the persecution, because of the terror that they are facing. So we feel that pain, and for that reason, we want to do everything in our hands in order to support their arrival to this safe haven, in this case in Kosovo. I have to say that for us, looking at these horrendous images of people clinging to the airplanes and trying to escape is really bringing back lots of very painful memories. So everyone in Kosovo is really feeling it. And for us, this is primarily a moral obligation. At the same time, we want to join the international efforts to make sure that we do everything we can with regards to this human tragedy.
When will you be ready to receive the first refugees? And do you have any idea when they will actually arrive? As you say, it's a very dire situation at the airport.
We're already ready to receive the first refugees. What we're doing right now is increasing capacities so that we can receive more. For that reason, I cannot mention the final number until the studying of each and every location in Kosovo that can host them is not done. And it's just a matter of days, but we're already ready to receive the first group. It will depend, of course, on how their transportation is arranged, because it's arranged by the United States. And we're in touch on a daily basis with the US government on this issue.
So you don't know when the first ones are going to start arriving?
We will know probably by the end of this week, because there are, of course, lots of complications that are arising in the issue of arranging their transportation. Is not as simple as it looks. And it's not like these people can just leave. For example, while arranging the evacuation of our own Kosovo citizens from Kabul, it took days to arrange that evacuation. It's not like it can happen just like that. So I'm sure that it's a matter of days until we get to know when the first group is coming. But as I said, what is important is that we are ready with an open door and with an open heart.
Are all your citizens out of Kabul that you know?
I'm sorry, once again?
Are your citizens out of Kabul that you know of?
Yes, there were 5 citizens that got in touch with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We worked together with the MFA from day one, and we've managed to evacuate them. Obviously, there are emergency numbers out there if there is anyone else that would like to be evacuated. We worked hand in hand with our UK and US partners also to make sure that our citizens are evacuated. There was a very small number right now. In the past, there were many working from Kosovo, citizens from Kosovo working with UK forces and US forces in Afghanistan, but most of them evacuated last year or in the past couple of months. So it was only these 5 citizens that got in touch with us to help with their evacuation, and that is done right now.
You say this is a moral issue. Do you plan to offer any of these Afghan refugees settled status in your country?
As I said, the discussions that we've had with the US was related to people, employees that worked with the US institutions, with the US Army, who already expressed interest to go directly to the United States. But because their application is taking time, we will be hosting them for that time, as long as it takes here in Kosovo. We haven't received any requests for people to come here. But as I said, we have an open door policy. And most importantly, there's no country in the world that understands the pain of refugees more than we do.
Do you think that we are going to soon see the images we saw back in 2015 when we saw waves of refugees walking across the European continent?
It will really depend on the situation and the circumstances in Afghanistan. I do hope that the pictures of persecution that we're seeing, especially against people that really fought for democracy, for protection of human rights, will stop. And I do hope that the international community will not just stay idle, but will try to help in this regard so that the basic human rights of the people of Afghanistan are protected. Obviously, if this doesn't happen, we might see those scenes in the future. So that's why we cannot just stand and watch what's happening, but we have to use every diplomatic or other means in order to stop violation of human rights in that country.